scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Baltimore Ravens. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 54, and we'll send you now to Miami, standing by to call their fourth Super Bowl together. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
Super Bowl now, how what's up, go man, fly Eagles fly.
The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Jackson, that's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. Jackson, option right, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles coming out with a healthy Carson Wentz leading the way, and we underline the word healthy. Remember, it was Nick Foles who led the Eagles into the playoffs the last 2 years following the late season Wentz injuries. But now here's Wentz in his 3rd year, looking to make it 2 Super Bowl titles in 3 seasons for Philadelphia. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. To throw, it's Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice game there. This one goes for 20. Throwing now is Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Wentz. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in.
Got a man open, it's Ertz. touchdown, Philadelphia. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Eagles have taken the lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brought in left side by Snead. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now it's Jackson. The quick slant caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Wentz now to throw. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick on Russell. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Here's Wentz to throw. Ertz has it left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing is Wentz. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Elliott on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 64 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Jackson, and his pass incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. Zach Ertz and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do, because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 15. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And what a time to get the ball on a turnover here in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, great starting position, too. And if they can cash this in with a touchdown, all of a sudden they go into the locker room with the lead instead of the other guys.
Here's Jackson on the move to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz again. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Wentz now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the kick by Elliott is good. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been.
Skull.
Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Wentz now on first down. Yeah, he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Now Wentz. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as his guys have now moved out in front.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jackson now. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Jackson on first down. Man open left side is Brown. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He's at the 40. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Wentz. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Connects it to Roberts, right side. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in this Super Bowl. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson will throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Now Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Now Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson finds Roberts left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now it's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Is under review.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
I can't believe they let you play.
Back to throw. Wentz. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Lefty, lefty.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 30 seconds remaining. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Roberts got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, win it all, baby. Let's go Philly.
And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Look right here. You'll see the last celebration. You'll see them stand at the podium. You'll see them hold the trophy. It's over, Jimmy. Are you happy?
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
Hold the trophy up. I'm gonna give you money. I'm gonna probably lose this one. Yeah, I'll probably go. like it here. You can stay. It's up to you, man. Oh, damn, they didn't even show that now. That's it. Let me see. Okay. All right, checking out the final score, checking out everything. Of course, Philadelphia Eagles win. 38-24, we won our first Super Bowl. The level of all of the games that I played all this season was on all Madden level. Okay? And I'll be going to the game, of course, but Philadelphia Eagles, our season has come to an end. This was my 14th season playing franchise mode. So once again, I want to thank a lot of my YouTube supporters, those in the chat who normally check out my sports content and, you know, check out my whole season play. I normally do franchise mode pretty much all the time. I've done some pickup games, but I'm more known for franchise mode. So I normally do long season. I'm pretty much known for that. Eagles, we won the Super Bowl, and I don't even think I have to power up any of my guys because we already powered up ourselves.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
This has just been a great season. Let me also see something. Let me see. Also the setting level on here. The setting level, as you see right there, that's been all Madden. Okay? This is the first time I've ever beat a Madden game on all Madden level during the same time that I bought it. So I just bought this game in early August, and I finished it, I guess, September 3rd. I finished it by September 3rd, which took me about a month to finish this whole game. But anyway, if you can see everything on here, this is the level that I've been playing the game on. All Madden. Because this is the only level that's challenging. Most of the other Madden games I've always played on All Pro. I've always played on All Pro, Madden 19, 18, and 17 when I live stream those Madden games. So this is definitely a come up for me, playing on all Madden level and winning everything, winning it all. So it feels real good, and I hope for all the Philly fans, hopefully the wins on this game will give the real Eagles good luck. Hopefully. Let me see. Okay. Looking at the playoff picture. Okay. All right. It all comes down. All right. Most likely. Let me see. Philadelphia Eagles are the champions of NFL, defeating Baltimore Ravens 38-24 in the Super Bowl. And of course, this is all around the league news. NFC, we also won the Pro Bowl. And this is just a little info around the league. I wonder if we have any stories. Let me see. There might be stories of, right here. Of course, you can see the road to the Super Bowl. And if you go back, you'll see first round wild card. The Eagles, we beat the 49ers 40-39. And these are the stories that I should have played earlier during the playoff season. But I just wanted to get down to the action. All right. The second round, divisional round, the Eagles came with another miracle win, 31-28, upsetting New Orleans Saints. And of course, we played all Madden level. This game was very challenging. It was awesome. I really enjoyed this run. The Eagles, we did our thing, got the championship. This is what it's about. Okay, so wild card round, we beat the Niners. We almost lost to the Niners. We beat the Niners in overtime. We almost lost to the Niners in the first round. But you can check out that game on my channel and see that whole showdown that I did with the Niners, that video. Here's the second one, of course, the Saints. Eagles, we beat the Saints 31-28. That was a tough game. I didn't really think I was going to win that one. I felt that the Eagles, we was going to come close, but I didn't think we was going to upset the Saints in their house on all Madden level, but we did. Praise to that. Then we come back home to take on the Carolina Panthers. We almost lost that. That was the conference championship. We had another miracle. Winning, beating Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. We beat the Panthers 29-24. Taking care of business. And of course, eventually we moved on to the Super Bowl. Moved on to the Super Bowl to win it all. So that's that. And when you look at all these games also, these are the season games that we played. Us beating Dallas in, I think, week 16. Let me see. The Niners, that was a wild card. Okay, so week 16, we beat the Cowboys 31-28. Week 15, we beat the Skins 21-17, as you can see here. Week 14, we beat the Giants 20-14, our division rival. We beat the Dolphins 41-33, week 13. Week 12, we beat Seattle Seahawks. That was a good game. 14-10. And then week 11, we played the Patriots. Beat them 31-16. We killed Tom Brady and the Patriots. So I felt good about that because Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. Chicago Bears, we beat the Bears 23-21. We beat the Vikings on a road win in 6. 35-17. Week 5, we beat the Jets 30-13. And week 4, this was a great game too. You can find us on my channel. We had a comeback win against the Packers. We really started a rough season. So I'm definitely surprised we won it all. Okay. I thought we would probably make it to the first round, second round to the most. But our season went further than that. We had a magical season. We beat the Packers week 4. But then we lost to the Detroit Lions at home, 28-21 week 3. I think my record was like 1-2. I mean, the first 4 or 5 games, the Eagles, we struggled our first 5 weeks in the season. So it really took us a long time to get where we are now. Okay. All right, week 3. Okay. All right, so that's we got the week 3. All right, so we covered all those weeks. All right, week 3. Okay. 50. Should be another story. That might be it. Okay. So that might be the story. Alright, well, I think that's the end of... Alright, that's the end of the official Madden season. Once again, I'd like to thank all viewers from YouTube for checking out Devin Smith PS4 Sports League Network. Check it out. This is my 14th season, my 14th anniversary of doing franchise mode. I've done 14 seasons on YouTube, all the way from Madden 17 on up to today. Total, I've played like 14 seasons of all those games. You know, the Eagles, we won 3 Super Bowls in 14 seasons. And of course, you can go through all my videos. You'll be able to find a lot of videos, but if you want to look for the videos, you can find them on my video list. All past season games and stuff. Pretty much they were classics. I think that would be all. I'd like to thank YouTube, Facebook, and any supporters Pennywise, thanks for stopping by. MC Philly and the other supporters for the Devin Smith station. And we're definitely going to keep some more great Philly content coming, Philly sports content coming. And, you know, I'm just excited, and I'm going to celebrate this win of the Eagles, winning it all on Madden 20, 2019.